Evening guys, Danny here. I know I've been away from the game for quite a while, but yeah, I was just taking a little bit of a break, had some real life things to sort out, and so yeah, decided to take a bit of a break. But as always, I'm back into WoW, back on my warrior, and I just wanted to bring all you warrior fellows a guide for patch 5.4. I know it's a little while into 5.4 now, but the arena season just started today, so a lot of people that have been out and stuff are getting back into things, getting ready for the new season, and I just wanted to go over a guide for 5.4 and some of the changes that have come about with warriors. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to cover the spec that I'm playing now. I've decided to go with Juggernaut. I just prefer the shorter cooldown on the charge, and where Hamstring is no longer on the GCD, I can always keep that up on a target. Second Wind, as always, even though Impending Victory has got a buff to it, it heals you for 20% off your maximum health. Enrage Regeneration has been buffed, instantly healed you for 10% and another 10% over 5 seconds, but still, I'm sure a lot of people still go with Second Wind. And the third talent is really situational. Obviously, finding a melee class, Staggering Shout is good, Rooting Caster class, Disrupting Shout's obviously the way to go, so you can silence them. And I'm going for more of a CC spec, even though there's still really good burst in this. It's good for CC. I'm still sticking to my Shockwave. Blade Storm has been buffed. Its damage has been increased by 280%, and its cooldown is reduced to 1 minute from 1.5 minutes. So in situations where it's just I want to get quick burst and it's going to be some comp which isn't really going to train me or something, and I can get some serious damage out, then I'll probably go with Blade Storm depending on the comp setup, but 9 times out of 10 I think I'll stick with Shockwave. Next, there's no more reason to go with Safeguard, because Intervene does the same thing now. It breaks roots and snares, so Mass Spell Reflect it is, which is going to be the best thing. And last but not least, Stormbolt. It's good again for CC. Not greatest damage abilities, but with good CC, good control, warriors have got decent damage anyway, so I prefer to go with Stormbolt. If I was going to be going with Blade Storm, I'd probably pick Bloodbath. And Avatar is still the same, there's not much changes there, so depending on the playstyle, and if you want to go for full on burst, you know, you can probably pick Avatar and go with Blade Storm or Shockwave or Bloodbath, but I'm playing with more of a CC spec, which I think is going to work better in 3s. Next, stats are all still the same, there's nothing changed in stats. Still stack the hell out of your crit, keep your hit at 3%, your expertise keep it capped at 5.8 I think it is, just to get that parry off. Yeah, and then mastery, and then obviously last but not least our worst friend, haste. So yeah, those are the that's the few bits and pieces there. Next we'll move on to our abilities. Slam got buffed. The damage, it deals 275% weapon damage. The different thing that got added with Slam is obviously its rage cost increased, and also while sweeping strikes is active, 35% of damage dealt by Slam will also hit all other enemies within 2 yards. And Slam is really now in the rotation when I show you. You really want to be timing that with Colossal Smash to have better effect and more damage. So try getting a good 80-100 cap rage pool and get Colossal Smash up and just spam the hell out of your Slam. Overpower and Slam kind of equalish damage overall across the board, but timing with CS, your slam will do more damage. So slam is definitely the way to go. Mortal strike, the damage was increased. I think it was 180% weapon damage first, or 160%. I think it was 160%. It's 215% weapon damage. So the damage has been increased over there. I'm not too sure in the last patch, but I believe intimidating shout, when we used to deal damage to a target, it used to break the CC, but it no longer does. You can still damage a target through the fear, which is pretty good. Another great change for warriors has been shattering throw. Shattering throw no longer costs any rage. Still got a 5-minute CD, still a 1.5 second cast time, but many situations where you'd put a lot of pressure on a mage, you'd be spamming heroic strikes in between your rotation and just trying to get them as low as possible, and just for them to block, and you're completely out of rage and you can't cast shattering throw. So that was pretty painful, taking a bubble of paladin, forcing them to bubble. So now it's you can pre-cast your shatter. It costs no rage whatsoever, so you can keep that counter pressure up on people, which is definitely good. We no longer need shields for spell reflect or for shield wall, which I think is good. No need for the macro switching weapons and shield and one-hander and back to your two-hander. There's no need for that anymore. So that's changed. Also, I think, which has been another good change, the stance cooldown is 1.5 seconds, what it used to be. They did nerf it to 3 seconds in the last patch, but it's been reversed back to 1.5 seconds. So overall, those are the real changes. Thunderclap, I believe, got a slight increase in its damage. But yeah, those are the major changes that have come about. So I think those changes are just kind of balancing out things. We're not how it used to be, where you just you can just one-shot someone, or 2 or 3 globals you can kill someone. I think the damage is better sustained overall. I'll just give you a small little example of how to time your slams with your mortal strike, just to see how much of a damage you get. So you obviously want to get some rage and get enraged, as you can see. 107k, 128k, which is not too bad. Obviously filling your overpowers there, so you don't completely starve rage, because remember, a lot of the times you will be sitting in D stance, so you got to be very careful. 117k, 111k, so the damage is still really good for slam. Obviously it costs 25 rage. Now if I sit in D stance and just try to spam slams, you're going to start struggling with your rage there. And obviously hitting your colossal smash, you want to be having a rage board so where you can actually use these abilities. You don't want a colossal smash to go to waste. So here, sitting in D stance, I've not even got enough rage to slam once. So ideally, you want to be careful with how you slam. Just don't spam it. Heroic strike is pretty existent as it was. I think now it's going to be more non-existent from before, with the rage cost increase to slam and how vital it is now. Not that it wasn't, but it's even better with the buff that it's got. There's not much room for us to actually use heroic strike as much, so it will be used, but not greatly. Glyphs. I'm just rolling with these glyphs. Again, it's situational. Glyphs are something which is depending on the comp, depending who you're fighting, depending on the situation or what you prefer. I prefer to go with Glyph of Bull Rush, just to give me that extra rage, and I've got this short CD on my charge. I go with Glyph from Death of Above, and Glyph of Blitz. I do change it around now and again. Glyph of, you know, Mortal Strike, reducing the healing effect on targets by 10%, but it really depends on situations and what you wanna go with. So yeah, those are the few basic changes, and just a bit of a guide on arms. If people want macros and other bits and pieces, just leave a comment down below. If you haven't subscribed, I really appreciate you guys showing me the support again. I am back. I will be streaming and stuff again, and hopefully getting some good content out there for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy patch 5.4, because I know I definitely will. With the changes that have come about, things should be looking a lot better on the bright side. So let's get back into it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. It's Danny. Bye.